As a coach in the Danish setup, Kenneth Jonassen saw the squad reach new heights, culminating in the men's team winning the Thomas Cup in 2016. Jonassen spoke to Badminton Unlimited about managing the team under the constant scrutiny of Danish media and, more importantly, former players who are part of the media entourage.
Yeah, well, definitely, the expectations from everybody with the history that Denmark has, the history of top players commentating on how we do our job, or more or less how we should do our job, or what we should change. I think that's normal. But for me is that I believe in what I'm doing. I believe in what my team of coaches are doing. I believe in what this association is doing with our national players. We are very much aware that, looking over the 5 categories, that in some categories we're struggling a little bit, but it's a development step. And we're facing it heads on. For me, that's just part of life, part of when you sit as a chief head coach. Then you have to deal with that bit as well. For me, it's protecting the players and them not having to face what I would call maybe unconstructive criticism from former players, all coaches, and staying positive and keep believing in the process that we're working on.
Jonassen, an international player himself in the late 1990s and early 2000s, had limited success in men's singles, often playing second fiddle to Peter Gade. However, his experiences on court have proved valuable in his journey as a coach.
Unless when people ask about it, I use very little time about my own personal badminton playing. That is way past me, or behind me. I use all my experience and emotions to understand the players from back then. So, as a player and how I dealt with it, and how I got more experience and so on. That's what I use, not my personal, because I've left that. I have more enough experience now as a coach, not to think or spend any time on my personal playing days. It means, to be honest, it means absolutely nothing to me today. I'm moving forward. I'm a badminton coach, not a badminton player. As a player, but I think my coaching history since 2010, coming into more than 10 years now, is a lot stronger than me as a player.
An experience that he draws similarities from as both a former player and now a coach is injuries. Keeping fit and, more importantly, staying injury-free gives Jonassen plenty of sleepless nights even now.
I only have sleepless nights if I have to deal with players' injuries. Players' injuries on an individual level hurts me as a coach. I know how it is as a player being injured, which limits your opportunity to practice, to develop. So when I hurt a lot, and I can have sleepless nights when players run into injuries, which is something that we couldn't foresee. So some injuries, is you work too hard for too long. Then you should have known that this could happen. But some other injuries, they pop out of nowhere, out of control, and that's what gives me sleepless nights. I'm quite good at finding peace at night and not thinking too much badminton, but not for long. So when I fall asleep, if I wake during the night, then it's over. I can just as well get up and get back working. That comes with the job. I'm cool with that. That's one of the things that not many outsiders think about with being I think every head coach can relate to the fact that if you're from a nation with tradition, as you mentioned, ex-players, ex-coaches, they'll have a voice, so there are quite a lot of expectation, and you have to be able to deal with and in modern days with all the media platform, not all newspapers, then everybody has an opinion and it's going to be voiced somewhere. If I was to change something on because of a comment made by anybody, then I could constantly change, and I wouldn't trust myself. I shouldn't be in the job. I seek advice with a certain group, a few former coaches, obviously, with my colleagues and other experts on different areas. That's where I seek my advice, and so I'm pretty set in stone when it comes to what I believe in and how things should be done, with the responsibility giving to my colleagues. I trust them in doing it, and you know, as one coach, you can't do it all. You got to trust the team and not be everywhere all the time. You got to trust the team, give them the respect they deserve, and let them do their very best. Guide them if you see something, but overall, trust everybody around you doing the job that they put into doing.